Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Hakuna La Planta. My name is Kevin, and today is going to be a little bit of a casual video. So this video is basically a 2020, a year in review for my plants, and I guess myself. So it's kind of a plant edition looking back on the year. I have 10 things that I've learned about myself and about my plants and about plant care. And the reason why I'm doing this is I strongly believe that self-reflection is one of the strongest things that you can do in your life. And so for me, this is a way, and it's weird that I'm doing this on camera, but it's a way for me to reflect on the year, specifically on plant care, and take the lessons that I've learned into the new year. And yeah, wow, that was so deep. But anyhow, a few things before I start the video. Please don't mind this weird setup. I'm in the bedroom on the floor, which is also essentially my plant room. It is the early morning. It's about 7:30 right now, so it's still dark. And I'm using my grow lights as my, ring light situation. But I also have a ring light in front of me. But yeah, there's like shadows. That's not really cute. And I'm in here because my boyfriend has a bunch of Zoom meetings in the other room, and I waited till the last minute to film this video, and I really wanted this video to come out on December 31st. So yeah, that's the sitch. Oh yeah, also guys, I just got an Xbox Series X, and I'm like a total noob to the Xbox world. I've only had Nintendo games Nintendo games. And so if y'all have any suggestions on what games to play, please let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, I guess I'll get on with the video. So if I didn't mention it before, I have 10 things that I've learned this year. And I'll just start off by saying, the first thing that I learned is that I love LECA and passive hydroponics / semi-hydroponics. I kind of jumped into it rather quickly. I know in March 2020, I converted basically all my plants into LECA. And although there are a lot of, things you need to watch out for and bad things with LECA and passive hydroponics, it's still the method that I like the most. Now, I do have to say, I don't prefer soil. I do, however, think that soil is still superior to LECA or passive hydroponics. There's just, I think, more benefits, the beneficial bacteria, the beneficial fungi, I think. My plants have been really happy. I've only lost 2 plants to me converting them to passive hydroponics. And through this year, I probably had over 100, I would say between 100 to 120 plants. And I mean, losing 2 is not a lot. But yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that in 2021. I know Le Pond is something I'm very interested in. And so maybe I'll look at doing that with some of my plants in the new year. The second thing that I learned is I like structure and a schedule when it comes to plant care and plant chores. And that's why I think I like LECA and passive hydroponics so much. For my plants, and again, this is a topic for another video, but for my plants, I usually switch to nutrient solution every 2 weeks. And to be honest, I don't flush all my plants, but there are a few that I flush weekly. And for me, it kind of takes away the guessing of, plants and soil. Do you need to be watered now? Is your soil completely dry? And yeah, when you have so many plants, people do it, and I still don't know how they do it, but I like to do all my plants in one go, and yeah. Ultimately, I think it's just a personality thing. Even in my workplace, I like being organized and having a schedule and structure. So that's why I prefer that. Number 3 on the list of things that I learned for myself and my plants is plants are replaceable, and do not have so much anxiety over a plant or it dying. And I know that's something really hard to kind of accept, just because, the plants that I collect are very expensive. People that don't know, the rare plant world, or the uncommon, unattainable plants, they're so pricey. And so for me to say that plants are replaceable, it's a tough pill to swallow, just because, yes, they're replaceable, but Can you find them again? Slash, are you going to be able to spend that much money again on that plant? But yeah, I mean, I feel that if you just apply the lessons that you learn about plants and what they like, then you you could just really ignore them and not be like, what's the term? Helicopter mom, helicopter parent. I like helicopter mom. But yeah, that's number 3. Number 4 is something that I think we all need to learn and kind of accept. Number 4 is plant pests are inevitable, but you have the tools to kind of deal with that. Pests are never fully eradicated, I guess. You really need to learn that they're sneaky, they hide. Sometimes they go dormant in the case of thrips. And you just need to be prepared. You need to just check on your plants. You need to do a few things to prevent, or discourage pests from housing themselves in your plants. And yeah, I mean, an example for me that I've struggled with this year is thrips. And it's really been an all year thing. I mean, I think in the spring I had my first kind of like outbreak. And my way of dealing with that is to throw away the plant completely. And although I still would do it in certain situations, I do believe that some insecticidal soap / neem oil treatments and the introduction of beneficial insects, in this case, Aureus insidious, I think that's the name. But just the introduction of routine and looking at your plants and knowing what will kill them. Not the plants, the pests. Not kill the plants. Kill the pests on the plants. But yeah, just knowing that stuff, just take one day at a time, one step at a time. I know I had this really frustrating time in the summer with thrips, specifically on my gigantic monstera. Y'all know that I threw that away, unfortunately. And also my melanochrysum, my prized possession melanochrysum. But you just gotta use the tools that you have and just take one step at a time and don't sweat it. Number 5 on the list is buy plants that you love and don't necessarily follow the hype of the plant community of what's, big now, what's popular now. There are a lot of plants that I've bought this year just impulsively because people were very excited about them. And I mean, I'm looking at them now. The plants are behind y'all right now. But I mean, I regret buying them. I really do. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with the plant. It's just, for me, what I like, and we're all gonna have a different opinion, they don't do it for me. There are a few common plants that I own that I absolutely love. I'll give an example. One of my most favorite plants is my Schefflera. I think it's a yellow variegated Schefflera. She is just big and mighty, and she lives in my living room. She doesn't need a lot, but wow, I'm just so in love with it. And I mean, I guess that plant taught me specifically that you can love a plant even though it's common, despite there being so much hype and the popularity of all these rare plants in this day and age. And I mean, I'm not saying that I don't love rare plants, because I mean, I'm looking at my collection and I'm like, y'all are rare. I can't find you in a garden center. Or I mean, uncommon. Let's use that term. But yeah, when it comes to plants that are popular at the moment, they will lose their hype, and then you will realize that you do not love those plants. Okay, so number 6 on the list is propagate as many plants as you can. And I think this is specific to me, but I thoroughly enjoy propagating my plants, and in an aggressive way. If y'all haven't noticed, I have so many videos up on my channel, but I aggressively propagate them single node or single leaf cuttings. And I do that because I do want more plants, but I kind of want to experiment and see their behaviors and if they'll ultimately survive. And also, guys, if something happens with your mother plant and you don't have like a propagation of that plant, you could lose that plant. And that's actually happened to me with a couple of my plants. So I'm so thankful that I previously took cuttings of it. I also think you learn so much by doing that. And I mean, I'm all for learning, experimenting, and growing, just like plants grow. Oh my god, I feel like I've been talking so much. I think it's number 7. If y'all have made it to this point, thank you so much. But put an emoji in the comment section below. I want to see how many people made it this far. It could be any emoji. It could be a mean one, an angry one, it could be a happy one. Just put one in just so I know who's made it this far. Okay, number 7 on the list is basically open up your mind to plant varieties that you wouldn't normally like. And I mean, if I looked back on a year ago, I was a diehard fan of monsteras and philodendrons. At that point also, I remember I hated Hoyas and Syngoniums. And I think that's so bizarre because I'm looking at them right now. They are so pretty. Syngoniums have, just climbed up the ladder when it comes to plants that I absolutely love. And Hoyas, although I don't know much about them, they're just so interesting. There's so many varieties. Their growth is so different from each other. Their flowers are so interesting and they always look so different from each other. I mean, other plants are like that too, but I mean, these flowers are so interesting. But yeah, I mean, I've now recently opened my mind to orchids. And I mean, my mom is a big orchids person, but I've never been too fond of them, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I feel like it's another learning experience, and I want to kind of strengthen my knowledge through the experience of growing these plants. And for that, I kind of need to have them in order to learn from them. So, I mean, I don't know. There's probably going to be a new variety that I open my mind to in the new year. But yeah, that's number 7. Number 8 on the list is, again, something that I think we all need to listen to and take the advice of. Your plants are more resilient than you think. Plants are alive and they will adapt to many different situations. Whether that's a temperature change, a humidity change, you breaking off a piece of your plants are alive and they adapt to things that are thrown at them. I don't know if I'm being specific enough, so I guess I'll give you 2 examples. So in the case of like a plant, like you breaking off like the main stem or something snapping, you drop a plant, the plant snaps in half. Although very sad and you're kind of left with like this like stump, I guess, that plant still has an amazing root system. And so, I mean, when you cut a plant off, the plant releases a hormone called auxin. And that hormone, is it a hormone? I don't know. But basically that kind of encourages the plant to push out new growth. And then with a piece that broke off, you can propagate it. And I mean, this is all circumstantial. This is not always the case. Sometimes you break off a leaf and it's the only leaf and you can't propagate it. But that's kind of what I'm meaning with this point. I guess the other thing is root rot. I mean, I've had a few plants that have experienced root rot. And again, you know the tools, take the dead roots off, propagate it in water. I mean, this is something I do. And your plants will come back to life. Put it in a prop box, put it in a place with high humidity, high light, and she'll come through. Not all the time, but I mean, she'll come through. Number 9 on the list is something that I learned recently, but grow lights are your best friend. It's insane to me because I have a southwest window where all my plants live, and they get a ton of light, but that's more specific to the spring and summer. In the winter time, it gets really dark. There's only a few hours of actual light because they'll thrive. I mean, this is the first year I'm having like actual good grow lights, I think, I mean, they're doing a good job, so I think. But yeah, you'll see a difference and your plants will be happy. Oh my god, we made it to number 10. Okay, so number 10 on the list of things that I've learned in 2020. Listen to your plants and don't listen to everything that you hear from plant people, like the plant community, or like things that you've researched on the internet. There's a lot of core things that I've learned from all of that, the plant community, people that are big in the plant community, research. Those things I keep and I carry with me when it comes to my plant care. But I mean, there's a lot of specific things that I've gone against and my plants have been okay. I guess an example of that is the humidity thing. Although my plants, a lot of them, and I mean, I'm looking at 2 humidifiers right now, but although we say that some specific plants need a lot of humidity, they can be pretty resilient. Because it's wintertime, because it gets really dry and cold during the winter in Canada, having these humidifiers, I'm looking at my humidity and it is 44% in here right now, and I have 2 humidifiers running. I mean, and that's a number of factors. Like I have a fan just circulating the air. I also obviously have the heat on because I think it's like -9 right now. Is it -9? I don't know. I think it's -9 degrees Celsius right now. There's lots of snow outside, it's really exciting. But yeah, I mean, my humidity is kind of most of the day between 45 and 50%. And I mean, that's only for the winter months, but I mean, every plant I'm looking at, they're pushing out new growth and they're happy. And I mean, I'm looking at plants like my gigantic Philodendron melanochrysum, my Philodendron brantiatum, my Queen Anthurium, like I have another, like my Crystal Hope. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. But I mean, those plants are known to just need above like 60% humidity, and these plants don't get it. And on top of that, my temperature dips to 60 degrees Fahrenheit often, and it's because I like the cold, my boyfriend likes the cold, so we like to keep our condo cold. And I mean, my plants are happy, they're great, and they look fine. So I mean, those are a few examples of what I mean by just listen to your plants, looking at them, seeing if they're happy. And I guess that should be like the foundation you should always have in the back of your mind. Because again, guys, everyone's environment is different. So my advice that I give you on my channel, don't fully listen to it. Like I'm telling you, I know I have so many how-to videos and like plant care videos, and these are all things that people suggest. And I would say like 90 to 95% of the stuff I say works in my environment and is a reason why my plants are so happy. But yeah, be encouraged to look at your plants, see if the tips are browning, if there's leaf burn, if your plant is droopy, then water it. Like, just listen to your plants. I don't even know, I feel like I went to so many different points in this one point. But anyhow, oh my gosh, guys, it is the end of 2020. How exciting. Something else that's exciting, guys, I reached 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, and I mean, that's insane to me. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the love and support and when you guys reach out. Thank you guys so much. I'm like so thankful, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I have so many plans for 2021 when it comes to plant videos, and there are some, propagation ones in the works right now. But anyways, this was kind of lengthy. I know I didn't show you any plants. It was just me yapping. But yeah, again, to circle back to the beginning. I hate that, by the way. People say, circling back. I hate that. That's just a me thing. But if y'all hate it too, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, circling back. It's funny when I say no. Self-reflection is so powerful, and I would suggest everyone do it. Whether it's when it comes to your plants or in your personal life, y'all should do it. It has kept me calm, grounded, and just happy. So yeah, I guess that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And if you've made it to the end, I'm so impressed. I literally just yapped about myself and what I've learned. Y'all are some special people, but thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I guess Happy New Year, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.